Most IVF patients who come to me for a second opinion start with the same painful line. Doctor, the clinic said they transferred top quality grade A embryos. Then why did my IVF fail? And this breaks my heart every single time. Because when patients are told everything was perfect and pregnancy still doesn't happen, they're left blaming themselves. The truth is usually very different. The problem is not you. The problem is the lack of transparency. Let's talk honestly about the strange world of embryo grading in India. Apparently, in medical records across the country, every embryo is always grade A, always excellent, always beautiful, always perfect. It's miraculous, almost too miraculous. And that's because it's not science. It's storytelling. In real human biology, most embryos are average, many are poor, some arrest early, and only a few truly develop well. Perfection on every patient, every cycle? Statistically impossible. Embryo grading is not magic. Embryologists assess embryos based on cell number, symmetry, fragmentation, growth rate, its morphology plus experience. And all of this is visible under a microscope, which means it can be photographed. Good clinics routinely provide embryo photos. Bad clinics avoid it. And that's when patients should ask, what are they hiding? Embryo photos are easy to capture, easy to store, easy to share, and invaluable for medical documentation. So why do many clinics refuse them? They dodge. They give excuses. They say, not needed, or patients get confused. None of these are valid. These are avoidance strategies. And when a clinic does not give you embryo images, it often means the embryos were not good quality, or the grading was inflated, or the documentation was sloppy. If your embryos were genuinely grade A, the clinic would proudly show them to you. Can clinics lie about embryo grades? Sadly, yes, because there is no mandatory requirement for documentation, no photo sharing rules, and no real audit. So patients have no way to verify what they've been told. And when IVF fails after being assured that everything was perfect, patients start blaming themselves. They think their body failed. They suffer guilt, shame, anxiety, distrust, and worst of all, they lose faith in the entire IVF system. One dishonest clinic damages every honest one. And yes, good-looking embryos can still fail. That's part of IVF. But there's a huge difference between an honest failure and a fictional fairy tale of perfection. Transparency gives peace. Lies create trauma. So how do you protect yourself? Before starting IVF, ask just one simple question at the reception desk. Do you routinely give embryo photos? If the answer is yes, you're in safe territory. If they hesitate, give excuses, or dismiss your question, those are giant red flags. Your medical records belong to you, not to the clinic. A good clinic will give you your embryo photographs, the embryology sheet, fertilization report, day-by-day development, and lab notes. No data means no accountability. And no, asking for photos is not being distrustful. It's being responsible. Trust does not mean closing your eyes. Trust means open communication, documentation, and transparency. Good doctors don't fear informed patients, we welcome them. Here's the bottom line. If every embryo truly were grade A, IVF would never fail. But IVF does fail, which means embryos are not always great and clinics are not always honest. Don't trust blindly. Verify intelligently. Your future deserves proof, not promises. If you want clarity instead of confusion, please get your doubts resolved for free using my IVF chatbot. It's powered by AI based on my 40 years of clinical experience, and it will help you stay on the right path and potentially save you a lot of money and headache. Because in IVF, transparency isn't a luxury, it's survival.